let's start here. This feels interesting enough. I got to this point rather quickly, I guess, which, I don't know, we'll see what that means. But Ashiok, I've only played it one other time, and I think it actually did kind of okay, but it isn't really a card draw planeswalker in the control shell that... Every time I play a control deck and the commander doesn't draw cards, your deck is just like way worse than all the other ones that actually do draw cards, because you need a way to draw cards in Historic Brawl. And if your commander doesn't do that, you gotta run a bunch of cards that do. So, fortunately, this does every other turn, sometimes, like, play a card of your opponent's, which is okay. It does get a lot of loyalty fairly quickly. You can reasonably put like a 6-drop into play with this thing. Again, it's all just completely random. Sometimes it doesn't do anything. You know, you're up against some kind of deck that just doesn't care about it. But those decks that don't like to see it, it can be pretty good. A bunch of removal, bunch of counter spells. I don't think I'm doing a mana rock thing here. That could be wrong. The curve is pretty high. Kind of high. Could probably shave half of the things that cost more than 3 and run more 1/2/3s, but for now this is what it looks like. There's a reanimate package in here. There probably always should be if you're black in this format at this point, until they change that. But yeah, no Paradox Engine mana rock spam with this, or a server rack nonsense. I do like Scheming Symmetry. I don't know if I played this last time, but with this, your opponent just can't use it because you have Ashiok in play. But if you don't have Ashiok in play, you probably just can't cast this. But that's probably fine, you know? Sometimes you have to cast it anyways to find Damnation or something. But, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Well, it has a Consider in it. We're up against Liliana of the Dark Realms. That's pretty gnarly. That is pretty gnarly. They probably don't really care about my commander. Alright, they probably take Jace. Wow, they just take the extra turn so quickly. Okay. I'm taking the Jace. I'm absolutely taking... This is, I mean, look, this is a discussion about discard spells. I think I don't agree with my opponent's decision. It could be because there's a removal spell, right? And then it's just, like, reasonable. I don't believe there's any flashing nonsense. It's probably Dark Ritual, maybe? Don't really know. Alright, Ashiok, you're chilling. There's probably a removal spell for... Wait, what did I just take? Oh, I thought I took Emrakul. I was like, whoa. Whoa. So how do you deal with Jace? They did not take the Jace. They did not take the Jace. Let's just keep poking this, I guess. There's a good chance I never hit anything I can steal, or, like, cheat into play. I will brainstorm here. Let's put back you and you. I'll keep the... Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, that is not it. There has to be an answer to this Jace. Otherwise, not duressing it is just completely bananas. Completely bananas. Wow. Alright, so... Just Ashiok again? Did I steal a creature this time? No. It's just creatures, right? Okay. So, Jace... Brainstorm again? That's fine. Let's get rid of these 2 lands. Let's play Black Market. I think. Yeah. Bolus's Citadel. Great. Yep. Okay, well, there was a creature. Could you imagine I stole that? Sure. Let's play this. I can go... Oh, imagine I had that. Okay, I think I'm just gonna bounce this Dread Presence. Well, should lead here. Still no creature? Swamp is 2 damage. Okay, I should kill this. Should kill that. Okay. Yeah, Grief is nice. I like Grief. This killed my commander. And not my Jace. Ashiok did not have any creatures under it, so I'm not sure what was deeply concerning about it. I'm kind of just a little bit interested that my opponent just has no respect for this Jace, and they have not at any point in this game cared about Jace. I'm going to put that back on top, because it cost 4 life to recast. And then they go to 3, and that's very dangerous. In fact, I don't think that... Okay. Doomblade. Alright, another Doomblade player. It's been a minute. The Bolas's Citadel probably can't do anything anymore. Probably. I just don't understand why they don't care about this Jace. It's just nuts. Let's play that. Let's get rid of the... Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't think I can do 3 damage. I don't think so. That's fine. Guess I'll take the Cling to Dust. Yep. I'm just gonna lose 2 to this. Suppose I could make another 3/2? And then we play... this. I brainstorm. Don't need cut down. Probably don't need spectacle. I don't have a fetch land. But again, they're kind of just not... They can -6 and there's nothing I can do about it? Okay. Yep. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, well they have Omniscience. Of course, they immediately find an answer to my lethal threat. Well, there's so many of those, though. Sure. I can't cling there, but it doesn't work. I can do it now. It didn't work at the time. I should counter that. Oh, to target my own creature. Sure, yeah. Okay, that's true. True. Okay, well, they have Omniscience, and they don't have the game-winning cards in their hand, I suppose. Let's, Ugh. I guess I just do this now. And then... Jace Brainstorm? Other Jace. Not as exciting. Not really castable here either. So that's fine. I think I'm getting rid of both of those with this thing. Not castable again. Tragic. Huh? One, two, three, four, five, six. I've got nothing else to leave up. I guess I'll just cast this. I think it's pretty likely I die next turn, though. The Bullets of Citadel can just kill me. Sure. Yeah, I think the Bullets of Citadel will kill me here. Maybe the hand is just pure reaction. Okay, I lose my graveyard. It's fine. The One Ring isn't killing me. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, we're still good. They just have a bunch of reaction. They can't close it out. But to be fair, neither can I, so... Neither can I. So I can cast Summon Bahamut and don't really know what to do with it. Don't really know what to do with it. Can kill Bolus's Citadel so it doesn't kill me? If they go to sack it or something like that, does that make sense? I feel like that kind of makes sense. It's gonna die when I cast it, so oof. Okay, I'm gonna cast it. Expect it to die, and I guess I blow up the Bolus's Citadel so there's no that thing to kill me at some point in the game. And then I think I plus? No, Jace is gonna die this turn. Let's just get another Brainstorm. Let's get rid of you and you. Did I play? I did play a land. And then pass. And then potentially... Okay, they didn't end step kill this thing. They did draw. Must be something in hand that wins. There's no reason to go to 1. Doesn't give trample. Do you really just have nothing? Wow, that's crazy. Okay, I'm gonna make you do something. Yeah, I'm gonna make you do something about this. Okay, I lost my card. Oh, they just didn't have anything! Wow. That's a crazy game. It was all reaction. It's just interaction, but they didn't even have a removal spell? What a game. Never tap the One Ring. Yeah, I literally never tapped the One Ring. Bolsa Citadel got them as low as it was going to. They never had 10 permanents to kill me with it. I think we were talking about discard spells in the beginning. You can kind of see why maybe they should have taken the Jace. I think I might have been screwed if they took the Jace turn 1 with the Duress. I don't know if the extra turn was that crazy. My opponent thought it was. It would have been cast this game, but I don't think it would have been as crazy as the Jace. They even killed the Ashiok instead of Jace with the removal spell. I don't really know. I don't know. They just found this to be a problem. I never hit a creature with it. What a game. That was the first game we played. They don't cast their commander turn 2? Well, maybe they do if I was like showing Wash Away and now I'm not. Maybe they cast it in their second main? Nope, they just didn't. Okay, I guess I'll play this. I feel like this is an absolutely abysmal thing to play against, especially with this commander. I don't have high hopes for this game here. I might as well cast this. I'll put Summon Bahamut in the graveyard. This is not what I think you're supposed to mana leak. Supposed to mana leak the reanimate spell, I would argue. Okay, so we have Jezreel, Ransom, Crucius. So just like good stuff pile. Yeah, I'm not feeling good about this situation. The fact that you have two commanders and I can't like, you just have an extra card, you know. Of course they top decked Counterspell. Yeah. Suppose that only makes sense. I will I think we Witness Protection this, so I don't lose the game. Hit a creature? Of course not. Maybe I should have protection something else. Thyracios is 4 mana. Might have been better to just deal with something else. Opponent grabs a land. That's interesting. Creature, please. Psychic Frog and Ice Till Explorer, which does technically do something. Jace goes to a survivable number. Choose an opponent with a top 4. So I can bounce Crucius with Jace. Feels kind of ugly. But that's what I'm doing. They grabbed a land with Crucius. I'm pretty sure. There's nothing for the Jezreel. Probably lead with the Ransom here. Top 4 cards of your library. Yeah, it's a Factor Fiction. Do I play Psychic Frog or Ice Till? Ice Till is a lot of mana. Psychic Frog is just a really good card, I guess. But I don't have anything to really discard. When you cast the first spell each turn, opponent random. Sure. Is this an instant? Oh, of course it's an instant. Of course it's an instant. So I can grab Ice Chill or Psychic Frog. I guess Psychic Frog? So that, wait, first spell each turn. Alright, so it doesn't matter. I guess Ice Till? Let's make sure. This fuels my graveyard for dig, and gives me mana for Gristlebrand at some point. And then I guess I'll just do it again. It's more options for dig through time. Alright, so 1, 2, wait, not that one. 1, 2, 3, 6. Counterspell Snapcaster? Counterspell Snapcaster? Sure. Pass? Alright, so they can kill Ashiok or just poke me a bunch with damage. Both are viable. I can cling off the Jarril, but it's still not doing anything. Combat your turn, cast a spell with mana. Oh, I thought it was only creatures. Okay, so they could still do nothing with it. Probably never really with the Cling to Dust. They'd also have to, like, actually want to cast it. They did keep their own Cling to Dust, so I only kept myself with a single fetch land. Go to my commander, please. Thank you. So I counter this, right? I would say so. Could probably cling first. See where that gets me. Yeah, cling maybe makes the Snapcaster just not good, unless I get him to cast it. They want to cast it on my turn because it deals 1 damage, I guess. Although they could just cling my cling. Alright, they swing with 2 creatures. Nothing in hand does anything. I could just kill their 1/1. They could recast it. Maybe that's fine, right? I think we should just get rid of this. It's an investment to cast in the future. I think this is fine. I don't think that's unreasonable. If this card is a card that deals with Ice till now, then congratulations. But Ice till isn't really doing anything anyways because of the cling. Should have thought more about my dig through time. Of course. Of course it's an answer. Of course, of course. Well, like I said, I still... They could always just eat the land anyways. Okay, I can cast Gristlebrand. There is no card in my opponent's hand that does anything about it. There is nothing in the graveyard that does anything about it. They have to draw something that does something about it. They cling my cling. Okay, that's good. Probably won't be clinging again anytime soon. Other than with Jarril, I guess. Alright, well. It's not like I'm not going to do this. I will immediately pay 7. There's certain things worth discarding. Didn't find any. Found a lot of lands. Oh, wait. Let's get rid of that. Alright. They have to have drawn something. The pile of cards my opponent has played so far have surprised me a little bit. Still just 2 extra... an extra card there with the partner. Didn't have high hopes making it this long. I probably will draw a 7 if it dies. The game is also not over if I untap with it. Okay, opponent found an answer. Of course they did. Toxic Deluge in your all creatures hand. Amazing. Alright, so we have a ton of cards. See what all comes to be here. I should have just drawn in response. Oh wait, I did. What am I talking about? Should have drawn in response. Of course I drew in response. The only way to draw. To find force and negation. Wait, what? Training grounds? That discounts Thrasios by 2? Okay, I probably would have just played one of these. I think one of these is way... Oh, maybe they didn't have the mana. Okay. They played a tap land. So... Yeah, it's a 4/4 Gristlebrand. I have the mana for it. Suppose that's what we're doing. I'm gonna argue it's the best thing to do. Maybe the other option was slightly better. Could take a... No. Let's get rid of you. 1, 2, 3. But I could have taken the Scarab God. So let's play this and Tasha. Loot away. This could be good. It's a sorcery speed answer, though. Another turn with Snapcaster. Let's see. 1, 2. What's on my graveyard? Counterspell. I'd rather just leave up counter spells than anything. I already played a land. Okay, let's pass, yeah. I mean, I could've, yeah. Hit him again. We can do it next turn. It's not lethal. I'd prefer to take the extra turn on the lethal turn, if that makes any sense. And with the blocker, I don't think it was gonna work. Number of card types in all graveyards, toughness. Whenever equal to its power to any target. Well, guess I'll counter that. Have I revolted? No, I have not revolted. Have I revolted? Okay, well, I'm about to revolt. That's funny. They can't swing with the trainer. I'll kill the Jarracil. Not that it was doing too much here. Alright, let's plus again. Where generally puts a creature of their choice or graveyard on the battlefield. Alright, I'm about to say. I can minus now and probably just take anything. Wow. Just the 4-color mythic rare creature pile. I just beat it. Okay. I don't normally see any partner commanders. Wow. Yeah, I think the witness protection was misused, because this wasn't going to be activated, I feel, for like a while. They had, I think, 1 or 2 really good top decks, but not good enough. I think because I didn't leave up Snapcaster, it probably was right to just use it on an extra turn, but I still don't feel comfortable paying 7. And again, I really just want to take the extra turn on the lethal turn so they can't, like... You know, I don't put them to 2 and then pass because I took 2 turns in a row. I'd just like to kill them all in one fell swoop. I'd like the last turn to be the time warp. Alright, cool. Sweet. 2 very interesting games of the 2 games we played so far. Ooh. Well, it's a Clive deck. Maybe we can just cheese Tasha? It is a Clive deck, you know, just saying. Just saying. Don't you dare have a 1-mana card. Oh, come on. Whatever. Come on. Alright, no fun for us. We have to do things the lame way. Oh, it's a... Oh, I thought it was a goat. I thought that was Goto. I got excited. I got excited. What does this do, actually? Perforos? It's just Perforos. As long as creatures was provided... Okay. Yep. So, Dark Ritual Tasha. I believe Tasha is vastly superior to not Tasha. So... And I think I'll just leave the... Actually, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't. Although, I don't have anything I'm brainstorming into next turn. I'm just gonna assume I'm not doing anything but shield your next turn. I could have stolen Ragavan. What would that have actually done, though? When this enters, deal... No, I would have done nothing. Okay. Still would do nothing if I went for it. We have the -6 set up, though. Let's go here. Clive would lose a lot of life with Shieldred in play. They can't cast Clive, though. This creature dies, you may exile, collect evidence. Okay. That's interesting. I don't know what Tasha is going to steal, but I don't think my opponent wants to find out. They should probably poke Tasha here. They do, yep. I would poke Tasha as well. That's a good one. It survives because this swings as 2. Wait, I should read this. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures... Okay. Whenever you attack with 1 or more creatures, this deals that much damage divided. 3 or more creatures are damaged. Ah, okay. So, bounce that? Because my opponent wants it in play, I think. That's my TED talk. Alright, Inferno Titan. It doesn't kill anything except Jace. So I could be way worse. They do actually cast it as well. Oh, they have to target Tasha. They had to cast it just to deal with Tasha. Okay, well, I'm sure at some point I'll be able to do something. I'm going to draw first. Let's put back these 2. In that order. I can cycle this. Okay. Let's see you do that again. I refuse to play around a haste threat. I'm swinging. Come on. Come on, really? Come on. Come on. Get out of here. That's ridiculous. Come on. 4. It was the activation. Oh, it's not the one I'm thinking of. Okay. Opponent has, like, literally ripped the things they need to make this do the thing the entire game. Okay, they should not have exerted. They should not have exerted. That was a mistake. I can steal Ragavan. That's dumb. No, I'm gonna keep pausing. I don't think they should have exerted. I really just don't think they should have exerted. Let's cycle. I put myself in a position where I can't cast both of these. Maybe I just play this? No, that's weird. Let's, just go into this card here. It lets me get my 7th mana for the Virtue, and then Virtue wins. What did they find this time? Okay, Koth doesn't do it. It kills Shieldred, but it doesn't interact with Tasha. They have to kill Shieldred, obviously, because Clive can't do anything until they do. So they're at 5. I can threaten a Titan to 2. Look, I'll take anything that isn't another haste threat, I suppose. Or immediate damage to a Planeswalker. Wait, this doesn't go to a Planeswalker, does it? Okay. We're good. I can also reanimate that card specifically as well. I have no idea what this is. Oh, they just had more, of course. Yeah. Of course. So, treasure. I think I'm always making a 3-2. I have so much life, might as well. And now I can play this. There's nothing really they can do to stop this card. Unlike Tasha. Tasha's kept them completely distracted the entire game. Maybe that's more than I can even ask for. It's just kind of unfortunate they were able to poke it the whole game. They have to play Clive now, or just embrace the Shieldred once more. Although I could just take Titan. Probably do just take Titan in this exact spot. Probably. Puts them to 2. Puts them to 2. Yeah. I don't know how this is ever wrong. So let's do... And then 1 here so they can't kill it. There's not really much of a difference between the two numbers here. So draw 3? Entomb. I think I just play Ashiok? Right? Well, the other cards aren't really doing anything, so... Let's see, what was on the top? Opponent was going to draw... Opponent was going to draw Goldspan Dragon. Well, that would have been good. That would have been good. So they can't kill Inferno Titan, and they also can't stop it from swinging. Because I either reanimate it or I swing with it. Alright, 14 cards? 16 cards? They have how much mana left, though? Just 3? Most likely finds a land, though. So they have, like, what, 4 mana? I don't think red can kill me at 22 with 4 mana. I don't think there's any card that stops my Virtue. They can kill Inferno Titan in my turn, and when I go to reanimate Shieldred... Oh, no. What if I just guarantee the reanimate? What if I just do this? What are you going to do about this? I can just reanimate it now. So they can't kill it in my turn, and then I grab Shieldred, they go to 1. So this doesn't work anymore. Change the target of a single spell. Okay, so they found a way to live. Can Scarab God get there? I can grab Shieldred. What's under this? Goldspan Dragon? Oh, they can't do anything, right? Oh, the opponent thought they had it. Oh. Nice. Thought you had it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Gene Pollinator is a very strange card in Rofellos. Very strange. They did not have to crack the land. They could have just tapped it with this thing. Oh, they can play another 1-drop this way, though. Oh boy, this is so fun. I guess I should play... Wait, did I? I don't think I have Toxic Deluge in my deck. I guess I should work on that. I don't think I do. Okay. I put myself in a position that I need to draw land. That is not a forest, so I already disagree with that situation. Also, this is not me losing turn 2. Weird. Opponent's putting me to sleep. Alright. I figured it out. Let's do this. Yeah, those mono green players have to LARP as if they have choices here. What do we got? We do have Emrakul. I will take it. It doesn't win when I swing the first time, and it's still Rofellos, so probably nothing I do matters. But it seems like the best case scenario. We saw a Craterhoof in the deck, so which means it's not in their hand. Alright, look at that. Look at that. Cool. Can't say that was a thought-provoking game. Usually how it pans out with mono green. But I've so far beaten basically the widest range, the whole spectrum of things in the format. 1, 2, 3... No, you probably keep Rofellos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My opponent easily survives Annihilator 6 here. Easily survives Annihilator 6. I would at least see my next draw. This is another commander I have very seldom seen. Ah, yes. The end step fetch land. I shall reciprocate. I don't think I've ever actually looked at the Avatar basics before. Defense grid? Okay. I guess I'll just force spike that. Sure. I think that's the best it's gonna do. That's okay with me. Let's get you. Another land? Sure. I like playing card games here. Let's play... just Buried Alive, right? What if I just did this? Plus... and then... this just lets me Scheming Symmetry next turn. Way easier. Oh, I took Chandra, wow. Yeah, they're probably playing Emrakul, and I didn't just randomly take it. Though apparently it's also some weird Super Friends thing. Yeah, I could Scheming Symmetry Bribery, although I could just Scheming Symmetry something that Buried Alive likes. That also seems reasonable, right? I think. Bribery's pretty good, though. Bribery's pretty good. Bribery's pretty good. Can be good. The Reanimate spell is also just guaranteed to do something, right? So I should just take that. I really think the Reanimate spell is just a better idea. Maybe not. I don't know. Let's do Bribery. Let's keep it interesting. Let's just make it interesting, shall we? Alright. I don't know if they just felt... did they, like, accidentally put a good card on top and then shame concede? This thing. Okay, that's unbelievable. Okay. Okay. Go to Dark Ritual. I don't think there's anything possible. I think I just won. Wow, I just beat Eureko? Wow. Wow. Alright. Well. Cavern? I don't need Cavern, right? I don't need Cavern. What does this do? This is the Storm one? Or the weird one? Okay. Alright, Psychic Frog. Draw 2 cards a turn. Probably not going to do crazy damage, though. Sure. Do I play my commander? I'm not sure. Probably, right? If I don't play it right now, I'm probably never playing it, but I don't think it, again, just like a lot of the games we've played, it's doing too much at all. Okay, it took a Chandra. Sure. If I didn't have the fetch land, I'm probably not playing Ashiok. Oh, I'd love for them to kill Ashiok here. What does this one do? Tap 2 things. Each opponent. Okay. Are you just not blocking? Alright, opponent just says, I am not blocking your Psychic Frog. Fair enough. Fair enough. Suppose I probably wouldn't block it either. Okay, I have to play you, and I just have to pass unless I brainstorm, which I don't think I have to because I have this. I could probably brainstorm. Actually, we could just brainstorm anyways. Yeah, that's fine. Impact Tremors. Yeah, I'm going to just brainstorm. Because I'm going to do it anyways. I can find something that matters. Okay, I don't care about Impact Tremors enough to make a move on that. In fact, this probably won't even trigger more than like 4 times this game. They also just didn't give themselves the ability to play their commander. Which I feel like is maybe a mistake. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, you take 2. They have 2 cards in their hand. I'll put this on top. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have to counter that. Oh, the Fabled Discard? Love it. So they actually do take this, probably. And I'm fine with that. Please take it. Please take this card. Please. Okay, good, 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 good. Good. Agent of Rafine. Okay, we'll just take that, I guess, as like a maybe sort of thing that happens at some point in this game. It is pretty decent against them. Oh, Xanathar is funny too. We can peek if we want. I'm not going to play the agent. I'm going to threaten the Xanathar. Let's play blue source. There are some things that are actually good to draw here. Let's peek. That's not one of them. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Is it? They have Breach the Multiverse and Grenzo in their hand. Oh, they have a removal spell. That's fine, though. That's fine. What are we taking? What can we take? Crabomination? Oh. I mean, it isn't right, though. Like, there's no way that's right. Alright. I guess it was right. Opponent couldn't handle the crab. Oh, no. Oh, it's Davriel. Oh boy. My arch rival. Of course, it's on the draw too. Play, whatever. It's on the good one. Oh, another Thoughtseize turn 1, huh? This is just another hand where, like, in early Thoughtseize, I'm not impressed with it. It's just so funny that it might take Preordain. It's just so funny. Yeah, like what? Nice Thoughtseize. Play Island. Alright, so turn 2 Davriel on the play, because that's how life works. Into what is probably going to be a really good deal. Just to top it all off. Yep. Literally the best possible deal on turn 2. Thoughtseize, Dark Ritual, Davriel, best possible deal. You got it. Alright, not the best the second time. Lucky us, I guess. I will play Ashiok instead of Phyrexian Arena. It just sets up my Fatal Push better. I mean, my scheming. Oh, they're going to kill it? I like the idea that Ashiok is a problem for my opponent that they don't want to play against. I just milled, what is that, 3 lands? Okay, not ideal. Oh, it was ideal. That's all my opponent had. Get wrecked. Okay, Arena. How do you deal with this? Well, you don't deal with it. Beautiful. Well, I've got nothing else to do. I'll just do it again. Breach, land, sweepies. Oh, opponent. Your Dark Ritual Thoughtseize. It's not working out, is it? No, it's not. Wait, how much you want to bet they put a land on top? Okay, they put a dead card on top. My opponent's smart. Unfortunate. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Huh? Okay. 2 Bloodthirsty Conquerors, I guess. So, there's nothing under this, right? Nope. Let's cast, Array. Oh, hey, Gristlebrand. That's good. Oh, let's not forget the land drop. I'm just going to pass. I imagine Gristlebrand is going to die, but so be it. If they reanimate it, I guess I do immediately lose. Sure? I just let him draw. Oh wait, they didn't kill Gristlebrand. What? Why didn't you kill Gristlebrand? What are you doing? When your opponent loses life, you gain that much life? What are you doing? What? So... draw my whole universe? Dark Ritual. Whoop. What's in my opponent's graveyard? So I can just take that. Suppose I will. And then... Alright, correct. Wait, are they dead? Hold on, are they actually dead? Whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Yeah, none of this... There's no, like, combo of Gristlebrand, Trigger, Shieldred, this happens. It's all just me losing life and gaining life. It's nothing to do with my opponent's life total. Ooh, I played the wrong... Well, I mean... Is what it is. Life total doesn't matter. Played the wrong land there. Oh, did I, though? Did I? Did I, like, really play the wrong... Yeah, I did. Fortunately, it didn't destroy me. Palantir is very strange in Eureko. Very strange. A lot of interesting decisions today. A lot of interesting deck choices today. What do they keep on top? Bornhorde? Bonehorde? Alright. Do something, yeah, Shiok. I'm not going to swing with this 1-1. Rampant growth. Nothing, nothing, nothing. Alright. Well, they didn't find a land. I think that means I should continuously lose life. Okay, let's plus. I think I'm gonna consider... Well, that's not part of the equation. Clean the dust. Suppose that helps a little. I think I just play the... Maybe I just play nothing here? Why would I put myself on this clock? Alright, I'm gonna put myself on this clock. I can't lose life anymore. Alright, what's under this? Still nothing? Land, land, loot. Loot is pretty good, I will admit. Loot's pretty nice here. Is there a persist target? Of course there isn't. Okay. I could cling for something... Probably should have just clinged, actually. Probably not dying. Could have just clinged here. Okay. Did they draw a land? They had to have drawn a land immediately. Of course they did. As is tradition. And of course they have a castable card. Why not? Of course I'm hyper omega punished. Like max actual punished for my line. Now they have a counterspell for my bribery. Yep. Go figure. So I just grab loot. Definitely. Right? I mean, what else is there to do? Yeah. Wait, let me just not mess this up. Does it cast it or does it just show up? Okay, it just shows up. Couldn't remember. Let's draw 3 now. What if I just didn't? No. Come on. Whatever. It's my last opportunity to even put it on stack, so... There were a lot of spells I could have found. Okay. Magically, it wasn't. That's unbelievable. So, Hullbreaker, whenever you cast a spell, I can cast one spell. What is Lumra doing? I can't believe that resolved. Lumra is doing nothing. So, Atali is random. We know how Atali acts. Man, wish it was easier. Hullbreaker, bounce. I'm going to argue Hullbreaker is just the thing. That's my argument. That's my TED Talk. Eaten by spaghetti. Think about this. I gotta bounce this. It's not no question about that. Alright, Atali would have maybe... Well, I mean, again, Atali's completely random. I could just spin the wheel if I really wanted to, I guess. What are the other two things? Lightning Bolt and Dark Ritual? The heck is this? My opponent just gave up? Am I tripping? Was I untapping into an advantage? Beginning of combat, this explores, then a copy of another creature you control. Why did they just give up? Okay, so this was extremely successful. I think the last time I played this, it was also successful when I didn't think it would be, so I got surprised twice. I thought maybe the first time it was just because I had, you know, whatever, the sample size was too small and confirmation bias, all that jazz. But it was good today as well against a very wide range of things. You can randomly hit people's crucial win conditions. That's not really a thing to ever consider too heavily. But yeah, you could hit, like, if the only way they can win is Emrakul, you can exile it, or I guess Craterhoof Behemoth or something. They just can't tooth and nail for anymore. So that happens sometimes. The random cards it finds are kind of decent, but there's just a lot of, well, maybe there's not a lot, but there's a healthy amount of blue-black commanders that keep you in the same bracket that I feel like are... Actually, you know what? Is that even true? Is that even true? Let me... Commander, blue-black... Like, what are we working with here? So, not Rusco, probably not Cavero, because those are very different. Not Eureko, which I did beat, actually. Kaito, yeah, not Rusco. Tasha, I think, is in bracket 5, which I kind of still don't actually agree with. 5-mana Ashiok's not it. Scarab God is doing its own thing, too, kind of, honestly. Okay, maybe I'm just completely wrong. This is a little fascinating to me. Oh, I've actually seen this a few times. Maybe that's why I see it a few times. There's actually not, like, a lot of blue-black card advantage commanders. I guess there's this thing. Creature in the battlefield under your control. This has a solid -5, too. Wow, I've never seen this card in my life. Of all creatures, target opponent. Yeah, I like all 3 of these abilities. Maybe I should try this some point. I know this is like that random one that I think you can tutor up for. Like, each one had a creature that found it in, like, the pre-con decks or something. But this is pretty solid. This is actually pretty solid. I've never read this before. Okay, so there's another Ashiok that's more into the, like, you know, draw, go, control, drawing 2 cards a turn with your commander situation. But apart from that goofy thing I've never seen, there really isn't that many options at all in strictly blue-black. You can play like an Esper commander and not play any white cards, really, if you wanted to, I suppose. But yeah, the fact that it shows up really fast and has a lot of loyalty immediately is really nice. I felt like people killed it more than they had to. There were quite a few scenarios where it wasn't doing anything. Just like milling your opponent for 3, and some people, I guess, just can't handle that, and they need to kill this as quickly as possible. Obviously, I don't know 100% every opponent's deck at all times, but like even still, though, like a couple games I briberied someone looking at their list, wondering why they were so concerned with Ashiok existing. Unless they just think the game is going to last, what is that, like 30 turns? 3 times 30, like 90 cards? Yeah, so let's say 25 turns they think it's going to plus 2 it that many times. I understand that the -10 can be a big deal, right? Losing your hand sucks. That's a way to, like, shotgun blast the advantage instead of drawing 2 cards a turn or something. You just remove your opponent's hand from the game. Well, I suppose also the graveyard, which doesn't matter nearly as much. But by the time you get this to 10 loyalty, I think your opponent's probably going to be down to like 2 cards. Sometimes that's not the case. You know, they have like something going on that's making them draw a bunch of cards. The -10 can be very significantly problematic. Like, let's say, was it Slimefoot and Squee? If you are in turn 10 or something crazy, and you -10 it, and they lose their graveyard and their hand, and let's say Slimefoot is dead because you kill it, so they have to like move it to the command zone because you're going to exile it anyways. There's some pretty interesting situations there, I guess. But I don't know. The -X doesn't... It's just so random, right? It's like super random. It's more random than the Heist cards that we've gotten from the Hearthstone sets that Nicol Bolas loves to play so much. But hey, I out-heisted a Heist commander. I out-heisted Nicol Bolas with this, which is funny. Wasn't really the thing I was going for, but it did happen. I really like the Scheming Cemetery situation. I don't know if I played this last time. I feel like I should have, or maybe I did. I didn't look at the list. I really should have just looked at the last list I had. It was quite a while ago, though. The Reanimate package, yep. I mean, you know, talked about it the past 5 videos probably, but if your deck has black in it, you should probably be playing Entomb, Reanimate, Dark Ritual, all that jazz. Force of Negation is amazing. I could have put Grief in here. Someone brought it up in chat like twice, and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea, and I just never did. I also never took out Search for Skanta. I said I was going to take this out like 12 times. Could run Feed the Swarm. I know enchantment removal is like a weak point of this, but I'm not super concerned with that. Every deck has something that it's not great against. Adding Feed the Swarm doesn't suddenly make you good against enchantments, if anyone was curious. But I don't really like Search for Skanta. It's really slow. The Surveil one is okay, but still, it's just... This is very slow. It's hard to activate it over and over, but it is that kind of card advantage thing that you could get to eventually. It is possible. This would work with Paradox Engine Mana Rocks, One Ring, spam. Like, if you just swear by that thing, you could put it in here, I would say. The Reanimate pile was fine. Maybe the Crocodile could have been something else. I'm just a big fan of the Crocodile able to cycle itself, which I think I liked initially, and then either forgot it could do that and stopped liking it, or just never found a spot to play it again. But I do like this card. You can just get rid of it when it's not good. You can also get rid of it and then reanimate it without needing a card to put it into your graveyard. It just does that for you. That's really, really nice. And it's kind of the thing that you would want to quickly reanimate, because you're up against something that it probably hoses pretty heavily. Otherwise, you know, maybe you just play it as a 6/5 or something, I don't know. But I like what it does, and I like how you can get rid of it when it doesn't do anything. Bribery, huge, huge. Needs no further introduction. I struggled maybe a little with Spectacle. If you don't get consistent counters on this card, you shouldn't play it. I feel like maybe I was a little light on my ability to put counters here. Too many counter spells means no counters for you, because you don't kill the creature. I think maybe some of these cantrips could be something else. I'm becoming a larger and larger fan of 1-mana cantrips. Even the weird ones like Peak, Opt, Consider. I just really like these. You could almost just replace land drops lands in your deck with cantrips. I know this isn't quite Legacy, right? It's not like you have Island Ponder on the draw keep, because, Ponder's going to ideally get you there. It's not quite like that in this format, but these are just nice. Sometimes, right, they have the upwards potential of basically just being Demonic Tutor, but better. And I just like them. I don't know. Consider is cool. You have graveyard things you're doing. You could mill something. It makes, opt and consider make your brainstorm better, right? You can just get rid of the cards you don't want or something like that. I just like them. They felt fine here. I didn't feel like I was upset that they were opt consider instead of Archmage's Charm and some other thing that's somewhat equivalent to that. I don't know. They're so universal that you just run them if you like them, and it is what it is. But I think I was talking about this in the beginning. I would prefer to play Peak over Thoughtseize basically always in Historic Brawl. I don't like discard spells. I've probably gone over that a few times already. And why would you play Peak instead of Thoughtseize? Well, there's plenty of scenarios where Thoughtseize is a dead draw. You can also incorrectly discard something, and then the thing you kept, you let them have, could win the game. It does make it so you can't reanimate really fast from a Thoughtseize like you can with an Entomb, but again, it depends on what your opponent's got going on in the first place. Discard spells are just super situational, really good immediately. Sometimes there are plenty of games I have won after getting Thoughtseized on turn 1. It doesn't just destroy your opponent. It's not like Ragavan, right? They're not the same as Ragavan or Llanowar Elves or Dark Ritual. It's just not up there. It can take those cards. It can disrupt your entire opponent's hand, and they could just move on to the next game. Maybe people just play them because they feel like people are going to move on to the next game. But in EDH, I really don't like discard spells, and in 1v1 Historic Brawl, I like them a bit more, but not more than something like this. Information is actually huge. That's like half of what Thoughtseize is doing, is giving you information. So just take the information half of Thoughtseize and replace Thoughtseize at instant speed. You don't just go down a card if they have only lands, or if you duress them, they only have creatures. So, just not a fan of discard spells. Inquisition is always reasonable. Talking about Thoughtseize, if you want to play Inquisition, you can. Most decks are 1, 2, 3 mana cards with like maybe a third of their I'd say this is probably above that. Well, is it? Let's see. Let's put these back. This is 8, 13. So like, yeah, this is probably fine. I should pay more attention to this curve just to see. It's one of those things to think about. Like, oh, what's the breakpoint of Collected Company? What's the breakpoint of Inquisition of Kozilek? I think if you ever want Thoughtseize, it's perfectly reasonable to always cast Inquisition of Kozilek in the same deck. I see Thoughtseize a lot, way more than the other discard spells, and I would never run just one discard spell, ever. I just throw this Thoughtseize in your deck and call it a day. Like, I'm gonna run a bunch of them if I'm gonna do that. There are discard commanders: Liliana the Veil, Tiny Bones. I guess Davriel, I think. The OG Davriel does it too. Or the one that's not a Hearthstone stupidness. Doesn't broker deals. So there's like discard commanders, and they'll play the discard cards, obviously. But yeah, just in this kind of shell, they don't play too well with counterspells. Right? This is the peril of Sultai control. You can just have a bunch of counterspells, and then like, I don't know, Growth Spiral or something, and then Thoughtseizes. It's like, oh, the Thoughtseizes didn't line up too well, and then they got out from under the counter spells. So now I also need like removal in my deck. Is just get in the way of each other, and you really don't want to get in the way of yourself in your own deck. So Thoughtseize from the Alchemy set. There's a white one, the White Seas, which I think it sets the card you target to like 5 mana or something. It's basically Thoughtseize. Like, the tempo is so heavy of that card. I like it. I've played it before. Decks that are combo-centric, or all that jazz. Oh, Mind Spike. Yeah, Mind Spike replaces itself, right? I think it does. Happy affiliate Anniversary, thank you, thank you. Twitch just told me that too, actually. Appreciate you. But yeah, I mean, you could play them. If you like Thoughtseize, I think all of the other ones are reasonable. The Mind Spike one, I think, draws if it whiffs, which is fine, right? I mean, it's probably about the same as Peak. You could just play it instead of Peak, you know? I was just trying to make the point that you don't have to play any of them. But Mind Spike is the weird one that, I suppose, to be fair, does... Well, might as well look it up. Yeah, like, you could play this. That's fine. You could just replace Peak. That's fine. Peak is an instant, you know, so I like it. You could probably replace Opt. I mean, you should do that, I don't know. But, sure. This one is probably the one that gets around what I'm saying because it at least draws if it fails, you know. I think that's probably okay. I don't think that's a big deal. But for all the other ones, what I'm talking about, I think is more tried and true there. But that Mind Spike is fine. I could have probably played it. But again, we're down to that argument of I don't like just one random discard spell and none of the others. But again, if it at least replaces itself like Peak does or something, that's reasonable. But yeah, this is wildly successful. The 2 times I have played it so far. Very successful. Really fun, too. I mean, I like having an early commander, and it just sits there, and it isn't a creature, and it's just ticking away, potentially doing something. It lets you get away with stuff like Scheming Symmetry. Really nice. That's really about it, I think. Snapcasters, maybe the other weird things, like this, that. Ledger Shredder's also a bit weird in here, now that I'm thinking about it. Everything else makes sense to me, though. So yeah, like maybe these 3, and also Peak if you want Mind Spike, I guess. These could be Frogifies, because you don't necessarily have to kill every creature. They could just chill as 1/1s. This is a +2, so you can just chill with a couple creatures in play before you really have to do anything. If you have 2 Frogified opponents' creatures and that's all that's in play, and this is chilling +2ing, you don't really care if they're poking it for 2 every turn. You just have parity. So these could be Frogifies or something. More sweepers, more counterspells, stuff like that. Actually, you know what? I think I will replace Remand with Archmage's Charm. Oop. Boop. I think Archmage's Charm is perfectly fine in this deck. Seek New Knowledge could just be where Ledger Shredder is. Snapcaster Mage is probably fine to stay. Yeah, this could be Seek New Knowledge, honestly. It's about doing the same thing, except I don't feel bad about casting Damnation or something later on in the game, because I lose my own Ledger Shredder. This is a very annoying card, though. Opponent usually wants to kill it, but if you have just like a few targets into your deck, and your opponent has like 20 removal spells, it does spearhead all their removal into the one thing you played, and then it's hard to like leave up 5 counterspells to save your card. Yeah, I think Seek New Knowledge is more up my alley. Boop. But I wouldn't say any of those changes are necessary. Again, we had a really good run just now, so it's only gotten better since last time I played it. A lot of new things have shown up in blue-black. I don't know if Mana Drain was around last time, but it's gone now, thankfully. So yeah, huge fan of this commander. Let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.